wonderful and warm good morning to everyone. A new video. This time to the garden project, specifically to the lawn robot project to my Gardena Sileno. Winter is over. My goal today is to prepare the lawn robot. For use after winter, to clean it, to replace the blades, and then prepare it for the first operation. The robot itself was stored in the dry basement over the winter. The battery level I regularly checked in between. The battery has lasted 4 to 5 months. Stored away was generally well maintained. Now the next step is to take a look at the underside and if necessary to replace the blades. For this demonstration, I will carefully turn the robot around in a full circle once, allowing you to clearly see the intricate structure and design. This is the detailed view of the blade disc. Attached to this are the individual blades. I last changed it at the end of summer, beginning of autumn last year. They still look relatively good. But regarding the cutting quality, to absolutely keep the lawn high, I will change these today anyway. I already have the replacement blades in stock. There are original replacement blades available. From Gardena, there are also providers that are significantly cheaper. Here I have a pack of 30 blades, including the corresponding screws. I have had quite good experiences with it. The links to the individual products for those of you who do not want to wait long. If you would like to search for them, I have of course provided them in the video description. At this point, I am going to begin the process of carefully loosening each of the screws, one at a time, to ensure that everything is done correctly and safely. As you can clearly observe in this particular instance, the metal screws are indeed hanging here. The dirt from the grass is still on it. Despite that, I stored the robot away for the winter, or rather while I was storing it, I cleaned it. A little bit remains. Always hang. This is the old blade. You can also see very clearly here the dried grass, leaves and twigs. In the next step, I will then carefully and thoroughly address the area of the blade suspension. Clean. Dried grass has also accumulated everywhere here. The blades are sitting a bit loosely on this plate and need to be able to move completely freely. For cleaning, I use a standard everyday kitchen sponge, which is something that I find very effective and completely sufficient. There is no need for any brute force. This approach is efficient and effective. No need to worry about complications. That was it. I can go ahead and use the new blades directly, safely and efficiently, without any issues or concerns. Install. These are also definitely noticeably sharper than the old blades. For this, the blades are simply placed on the plate and tightened hand tight with a new screw each time. Then tightened firmly and securely with the screwdriver. As you take a closer look at the old screws, you will observe the unique and intricate patterns of wear and tear that have developed over the years, showcasing their long history and extensive use in various applications. Also very nice here, there is a bend. That means this small area here is the area in which the blades can operate. When the disc is now turning, for optimal performance and efficiency, the blade must be capable of rotating smoothly and effectively. The old blades, which were previously used in older models, are now being replaced due to advancements in technology and design improvements. Disposal because I no longer need these. When changing the blades, I recommend. I will also clean the interior and exterior of the lawn robot right away. A normal kitchen brush is just completely sufficient for that. I do that. Not today, because I did that only in the autumn. Now the next step is that I place the lawn robot outside first, reconnect the charging station, and then let the lawn robot drive into the charging station too. I must first fully charge him before I can charge the lawn robot. I will first reconnect the charging station. For this I use the corresponding adapter plug. I will remove it in the fall. Otherwise it remains the same. Year-round operation outside. My charging station is clearly visible here. The cable itself is protected against moisture and humidity. You can clearly see it here at the rubber ring. To let the lawn robot drive into the garage now, I make use of the designated programs. That means I open the flap on the back. The on-off switch is already activated. The first thing that is always required is the entry of a code. I will do that now, literally. Here is the note that you should not clean it with water, but only with a brush. Okay. By default, the timer program runs. You can see it here now. The battery charge indicator, the status, it is still relatively full. I will do it now. First I click on the park button, then I place the lawn robot nearby, my guide cable to let it park safely and efficiently automatically. I will now take the lawn robot onto the lawn for this. The cable is currently positioned and lying in a specific direction, which is crucial for the operation. Meanwhile, the robot is actively moving along this path, carefully navigating its way. This movement is part of a larger process, ensuring that the robot follows the intended route without deviation, maintaining alignment with the cable's orientation. I drive in the direction. So I do one thing. I just press park, and the menu now asks whether it should be parked permanently, meaning that the lawn robot will remain in the charging station for the time being. The station should remain, or just until the next scheduled timer use. In my case, that would be the upcoming Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Since I'm going to let the lawn robot run again today, it doesn't matter at all. I carefully select the first menu and then click OK, and finally, all I simply have to do is just carefully and slowly close the lid, and then securely close the lid. The robot first simply looks for the guide cable, and then has it at this point. Already found. As you can clearly see, he is now very slowly and steadily driving along the guide cable into the charging station. At the green control light in the charging station, one can see very clearly. Please ensure that all of the cables are still functioning properly without any issues. There he stands now. So the lawn robot is charged, recognizable by the symbol. The plug is continuously depicted in the charging bar box. I am now doing a test run by pressing the start menu. I will now asked, need the main area, the secondary area, or the timer? Turn off. I click turn off timer, then OK. I would like to turn off the timer for 24 hours, which means the lawn robot would run for 24 hours straight. The robot will then run. I click OK and close the lid. I have developed and established a total of 3 zones that the lawn robot autonomously and independently approaches. In total, he does this in various percentage dependencies corresponding to the size, the lawn areas. The larger, the more frequently it is mowed. I am now Just curious to see which lawn area the lawn robot will start with. At the moment, it's hanging. He is now driving along the cable and is making slight zigzag lines. This is to prevent creating unwanted, potentially harmful or damaging ruts in the lawn in order to effectively and efficiently maintain its appearance. So the first zone that we just passed, as you can see, the largest object or structure present in this area was unfortunately run over by a vehicle, causing significant damage. As for the second zone, it is identified as the one located right here, adjacent to the first, and it serves a different purpose or function. Here it starts. This means the lawn robot stops briefly. You can now also hear the buzzing from the turntable. The robot begins to mow. At this moment, you are able to observe the rotating disc that is situated underneath the main structure. This disc is now visible and can be seen moving in a circular motion, providing a clear view of its rotation and the mechanism that allows it to spin smoothly beneath the surface. According to the chaos theory principle, in accordance with the chaos principle, the lawn robot will now mow the lawn in a systematic manner. The zone control. By the way, it only works at the start. When the random principle affects the lawn robot, now to another, the first or third zone in this case, if it should steer there, it will continue to mow there. But those are all experiential values and settings. You can figure that out in advance. Not plan much. I noticed, for example, that the lawn robot drives to the third zone more often than average. That is between through the garden shed and the house wall. There is still a lawn zone there. For whatever reason, he goes in there often. He finds his way out, but rather rarely. Therefore, I have the zone back there, set with only a 10% starting value. This means only in 10%. The robot will drive into this third zone after starting, in order to effectively begin the process of starting the mowing there and ensure it is done properly. I will let the robot run for a significantly longer duration until this afternoon, and then afterwards. Switch back to timer operation. As seen earlier, it will start on Tuesday at 10 o'clock. Today is only Saturday.